Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Brews and Blockchain.
Brews and Blockchain?
Brews and Blockchain.
Brews and Blockchain?
Brews and Blockchain.
That's right.
Hey, you may know us as the Crypto Masters. My name's Brian.
My name is Ross.
And hey, you know what? We do this show where we just talk about things. We drink brews and we talk about blockchain things that are going on now that we think might be of interest to you. So here we go.
Let's go.
And let's start where we always start. What's most important on this show, Ross? The beer.
The brews, Brian. It comes before blockchain.
The beer. So
at least in the title.
Sometimes we get selections from brew pubs, but today we went with cans. And today's selection is called All Day IPA.
Yep.
It is a session ale, whatever that means. And
I'm actually not sure.
Yeah, it's from Founders Brewery in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So shout out to my good friends in Michigan.
Right on.
But
Do you
anyway,
have any
Ross,
friends in Michigan, Brian?
Yeah, the Powells.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Like my other brother growing up with.
Hey,
so
there you
yes.
go.
Yeah, love Michigan, love the Powells. So hey, and hopefully I'll love this beer. Although I've already had some, I gotta admit.
Yeah. You gotta have a little tester.
And
beer.
I would say it's pretty like you said, Ross. It lives up to its name. It's very mild,
drinkable.
drinkable,
Yeah,
mild. You could say lightweight, maybe. If
Yeah,
you're really
low alcohol content.
It
I didn't
is.
really notice I had a beer yet. You know?
Right, exactly.
Which is nice.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take another taste and give me a mustache, and we'll get moving. All right. So that's the beer. So what we're gonna talk. First thing we're gonna talk about. We talk about very kind of timely topics, and this week there was something formed in the crypto world called the ConstitutionDAO.
Uh-huh.
And the reason we're talking about it on here, I think, is because DAOs are the future. We say that about a lot of things, but DAOs really are, the future. They are going to be a big part of the future. Decentralized, autonomous organizations, get used to them because they're coming. And it's a part of the crypto world. It's a part of the decentralized world that we're promoting really here on the show because we think it's the best for humanity. So quickly, I want to talk about the ConstitutionDAO. It's a thing that started kind of as a joke on crypto Twitter, which I partake in.
Yeah, we
And-
live on crypto Twitter.
right. So on crypto Twitter, they started talking about, hey, there's going to be a sale of a rare copy of the Constitution, the United States Constitution. There was only one of only 13, and they hadn't been put for sale. One of them hadn't been up for sale in like 40 years or something. So now this one's coming for sale. Somebody just threw it out there. Something like, hey, we should start a DAO. And so they did. It's like a single purpose DAO, which is, I guess you can have a DAO for whatever you want.
Yeah.
But they quickly raised $47 million to bid on this thing.
Yeah.
And it was a Sotheby's auction, and they actually they weren't the winning bidder. So, and there's some down.
Which I'm shocked by the way.
Yeah, but they lost to is this Ken Griffin, who's the CEO of Citadel, which is a big hedge fund.
Yeah.
But because of the nature of a DAO, it was no secret what they could bid. So this dude knew what to bid more than them, and they didn't get it. But it's just an interesting example of a DAO, and they my understanding is the contributors to the DAO can get their money back if they want, or their ETH. I think the contributions were ETH. They can get it back, or they can leave it in there and then decide on what to do with the funds. And of course, a DAO is sort of like the ultimate voting by the members.
Yeah.
So they'll decide what to do with it in the true, sort of democracy, pure democracy kind of way. So anyway, that was a cool story, and I just wanted to mention it because of the DAOs. And if you don't know what a DAO is, they're coming.
Yeah, I don't think we have an episode solely on a DAO.
No, we don't. And there's some DAOs, and I've invested in some DAOs. You can invest in some DAO tokens, and then a lot of the projects will have a DAO token to use for community voting on projects. What do we do next? Should we do this? So it's really interesting. Get to know it. But anyway, the ConstitutionDAO is just a good example of that.
And I love DAOs, Brian, because it's just, it's rules for enforced by code. I mean, you can't really get around it, right?
Exactly.
It's hard to bend the rules when it's in a smart contract.
That's right. So a big part of the DAO is here's our unbreakable rules. Let's put them in code, and they execute automatically, right? That's the decentralized autonomous organization. So, that can be part of it, but then you can also have a part of it where it's, pure democracy, where there's a voting on things. So I think that's
I think another benefit of a DAO is the rules are out there. Obviously other organizations have, their board meetings and stuff like that out there, and what they decided on. But this is a playbook, a rule book, and you know what the rules are, and it's out there for everyone, and you can see what's going on. I think that
kind of like the Constitution.
Exactly.
Oh.
Wow, it just came full circle. These beers aren't all day anymore, Brian. It's hitting me hard.
All right. So, anyways, let's go. What's the next story? Is your buddies, the Winklevoss twins at Gemini?
Yes, they are shockingly in the news again. But yeah, Gemini, their exchange, their baby, has raised $400 million in growth equity funding to fund their metaverse clash, or their sorry, I'm just blankly reading that headline right now, but funding a metaverse. They want to build a decentralized metaverse, and it's just in good timing with Meta's metaverse,
and
which
their old buddy.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Who's part of Meta? Oh, it's Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, okay. It's just funny how that all worked out. But yeah, no, I kind of, in this instance,
they're kind of taking on Meta.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to be a direct competitor of Meta. They're going to try to build a decentralized metaverse. Which
theirs is going to be decentralized? How's it going to be decentralized? I thought it would be centralized since it's a Gemini thing.
No, that's a good question, Brian. That's kind of what they're saying right now, and that could be just a marketing thing. We'll see, once they release more details about, what decentralized means to them. We all, as we've reviewed projects, we've found that definition is different in some cases. So
are they going to try to compete with Decentraland and the other?
Oh, exactly. And, I should say they've got plots of land in Sandbox too, but
yes,
but this is going to be their own metaverse. And I read through one of these articles, and they were talking about they want like a metaverse store where you can go in and interact with the Gemini exchange. I really hope it's more than that. And I imagine it will.
Oh my God.
But
yes,
if that's it's like,
yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so it is decentralized, because I was immediately going to dismiss it as being another Meta, which I don't want anything to do with.
Honestly,
anyway.
Brian, that very well might be the case. You
Okay.
know? Especially with Gemini and kind of what they're, it's obviously a centralized exchange,
personal
right?
to me. This is personal. They're still mad about the Facebook.
Well, Brian, the movie continues. And I hope someone picks this story up and just continues that movie. Facebook 2, the Meta. I don't know. What's a good title for the second round?
The Meta versus Winklevoss. Is it going to be Gemini verse, or what have they named it?
I haven't seen a name. If someone has, I'm sure there's a Reddit thread about it, like someone talking about a name. If you've found a name, comment down below. But I haven't seen any plans for a name yet, just funding. And maybe I'll say real quick, Brian, wouldn't it be freaking awesome to get $400 million in funding to just build a metaverse? That sounds like a dream type situation. I wouldn't know where to begin.
You'd hire somebody that did.
Exactly. Yeah. It would basically be the situation. I'd hired someone that knew that what they were doing and a vision they'd really want to take it on, and I would just say, keep me updated. Let me know when you need another check.
And you would do this too. I would have a land in there that would be the office, where you would go into the office and you'd have a desk like next to Kevin, back in the.
Oh, The Office.
The Office.
The show.
The Office.
Okay.
And Michael Scott would be your boss.
Okay, I was about to say, this is sounding pretty boring, Brian. I want an office.
Wait. I'm Kevin Malone. Come on, wouldn't that be a good?
That would be freaking sweet.
You'd have to pay some royalties, to get the office rights.
Get a seat beside Kevin and work beside him. Maybe throughout the day he would say something dumb.
Yeah.
Someone run with this idea. People.
Maybe
this is gold.
You could get get in a fight with Jim over Pam or something like that.
Ooh, you could hit on Pam. That would be a situation I'd like.
Or you would just be hanging out with Dwight. You would be a Dwight fanboy the whole time.
I would, Brian.
All right, anyway, getting a little off track. Hey, for anybody listening out there who's creating a metaverse, boom, there's your
golden
idea.
ticket idea right there. Ooh,
exactly.
How did I just do that?
All right, we're going to move on to the most, timely topic that we've been covering on past Brews and Blockchain, and that is the cycle. Are we reaching a cycle end like we did at the end of 2013 and 2017? Is the same thing going to happen in 2021? And we've been saying, I think I can summarize and say in the past, we said, yeah, we think there's definitely, it's still a cycle, meaning there's going to be a top, and then a drop down, and then a bear market for a while. We're not saying how long. We haven't got to that point, but the question is, I will freely admit that I thought by November 21 of 2021 we'd be further along than this.
Much further along,
right?
Yeah.
And part of that goes from, in a sense, in some respects, is Plan B gave his floor model. And he was very good in September, or maybe even August, September, and then October, he was pretty close.
Yeah.
And then
October looked, it was spot on. Where he ended up in spot,
he said it was a floor. It was very close. But anyway.
61, 62 in October.
Yeah, something like that. But then he said 98 by the end of November. And, the time of this, we're at 59 or 60.
Yeah, we're well below.
Right. So that would be a big move in 10 days?
Yeah, we got
9 days. It's only 30 days in November. So.
We've already dated this episode, but we're talking about a very green week. That
would be a massive green candle.
Yeah, and
or two.
Percentage-wise, Bitcoin has done it, but as far as market cap, that much money funneling in would be pretty historical.
Right. So anyway, and just as Plan B has said, that's not the stock to flow model. That's the floor model. That's a different model. So if it doesn't work out, then my floor model sucks, basically.
Yeah, and I've incorrectly, you hear Plan B and you're like, oh, I assume this is part of the.
Right. It's not stock, but anyway.
Assume it's part.
He was really good on the first 3 months, incredibly good.
It was eerily good.
And now, it's not happened yet, but it's looking like it might not. So anyway, Ross, I guess we've talked about this before. What are your thoughts? Have you changed your mind based on price movement since our last Brews and Blockchain?
Well, I got to say, I'm still optimistic. I think the price dipping to where it is now, right now we're at just under 60,000. I think if anything, this is a correction that puts our top closer to, beginning late stage of Q1 of 2022. Okay, so I think it's pushed back. So wait, did I not answer your question?
No,
right?
time out. No, I'm going to ask you a new question.
Okay.
So I hear you, but is the lower price now in late November, does that mean you think we're going to have a lower top, or is it just going to be later, or both?
I think a little mix of both. I feel I'm always teetering, Brian, but just this dip just kind of hurt me bad, especially with all the exciting stuff that's going on in crypto. It felt very blindsided. Like it felt extra red for me, even though, crypto corrections like this are a dime a dozen, but it was just shockingly weird, especially, and again, the info is coming from crypto Twitter, but everyone was going for very green October, November, and it just wasn't the case. Very strange. Very strange.
There were some TA guys who said, we might have a small dip here, but I don't think they even really got it right. But some of those even have said, hey, it's just a blip, kind of consistent with what happened, before, and so we're still going to have that blow off top. Actually, some of what I'm seeing is, I follow a lot.
For
Some
sure.
are still saying, oh yeah, late December, they're still going to have the blow off top, and
Okay.
it'll be over. Others
I'm
are
okay with
saying, no, this has extended it into 2022.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the extended boat, but
Okay,
I don't know. We'll see. What boat are you in,
I
Brian?
am
Tell
in
us.
the boat that we're still in a cycle, because others are saying, we're not in a cycle. I think we're still in a cycle, which means I think there will be a peak. I think that peak will be fairly soon.
Okay.
So I am expecting some big price movement upward. And when we say this, guys, you probably know we're talking about Bitcoin, but then the alts follow. So
Oh yeah, it goes without. Yeah.
right. So, and we'll, when we get later to the end, we'll talk about more how you deal with the alts versus the Bitcoin. But right now, we're really talking about Bitcoin.
For sure.
And just under the assumption that the alts will follow. So I think we're going to have a big run up in late November and December. It could spill into January.
Okay.
But I'm not even thinking the end of January. I'm thinking blow off top before the end of January. That's as far as I'm going to take it right now.
Okay. And I guess right now we're strictly talking about timing. What's do you have a price target in mind? Right?
Oh, nice question.
That's a good
That's
question.
a good question.
for
I'm
you.
going to throw it back at you.
Okay.
But I think, I'm going to say 200,000 is what I'm going to kind of work with.
Okay.
I think my strategy to sell, which we can talk about, will be some steps up to that. But that's kind of what I'm looking at. I think it actually may go beyond that, but I'm fine if I don't hit the top. I know I'm not going to hit the peak. I'd rather hit it. I'd rather miss out on the way up, I think, than the way down.
Yeah, I'd definitely rather hit it on the way up for sure. And I don't know if I'm as high as 200, Brian.
Okay.
Where
Where are you then?
I've got to say I'm in the 150, 160 range. I'd have to say you're more optimistic than I am. But
Yeah, sounds like.
I'm a little scared. I'm a little worried. But
we stalled. That's for sure. The stall is not good. But you know what? I mean, it just never goes as you plan or as you want.
Yeah. Well, I think you can never go with this is, I guess Plan B's price targeting was our Plan A, and as we know in crypto and really any sort of trading, you're going to go to Plan B, C, D, all the way down the road. You have to keep adjusting. You have to keep watching the market. Kind of take a poll of crypto Twitter and the crypto community, see where the big dogs are at. Especially BitBoy has a big Bit Squad crew. See what he's talking about. See where they're planning, and so
do the opposite.
No. But yeah,
I don't. No, I have no problem with BitBoy, but sometimes you might want to be the opposite of the herd. But
oh yeah, that's a good point. But I guess in summary, what I'm trying to get at there is, you want to gauge the community and see what everyone's head's at, and that's why we really live on crypto Twitter. So
well, yeah, and just the on-chain information looks good. We haven't talked about our top indicators yet because I think now it's pretty obvious we're not near a top. We're not, and our indicators that we talked about before show that RSI, and then you do the Pi Cycle.
I do Pi Cycle, and it's not even relevant right now.
We're not close.
Spread.
We will get back to those when the price starts going up and people are starting. Okay, we're at the top. Are we near the top? That's when we'll start getting back to our indicators. But the on-chain information, the long-term holders, not selling, the miners not selling, all that is so bullish that that's why I still think we're going to have the big run up and the blow off top.
Okay, I like it.
I know. All
guys, jot that down, write it down. That's what we said, and hopefully that didn't come back to bite us. Maybe don't write that down.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll do another one in about a week or so, and we'll do an update on it. And of course, if we're wrong, we'll admit to that, and if we are adjusting our thinking, we'll let you know. But so we're giving our thoughts here, guys. We study this stuff a lot, but nobody knows, what's going to happen, and we certainly welcome input from all of you. So, any comments or thoughts on this, please let us know. Put them down below.
And maybe this is something to end on, Brian. The only certainty is uncertainty.
Ooh, nice. That is crypto. I mean, that really is.
Just the ending shot is going to be me meditating. Yes, I'm zen. I'm feeling it.
All right, man. Well, hey, let's call it here. Let's finish our brews.
Yep.
And we'll catch you next time on Brews and Blockchain.
Definitely check it out. Check us out again. Check out the cryptomasters.com for all your crypto needs. Ever improving.
Always remember, the cryptomasters.com.
We don't move until you say the.
The cryptomasters.com. All right.
Yes.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.